This conference will now be recorded.
Morelli, you don't need to come to the meeting in 10 minutes.
Sorry for the delay, just give me 2 minutes more. We're gonna start our today's concept, how to create a user and how to create a role, and how we can add a role to the user, and how we can add a role to the group. So why we need the, I just gonna check the list of the users.
Stories that are with them. I know there's that one like with Ian. But so
Can you hear me, everyone?
the first thing we'll tackle on that.
Hello.
Like we can hear some other voices, like we are getting disturbance.
Actually, I was in meeting. It's gonna complete in 2 minutes.
Okay, okay.
The variable set for all of them. It'll be the global one. So I think I'm not an email on that. So the executive sponsor is not a separate field. It will be part of the global variable set. You're on mute, Riley.
Yes, I got it. I have discussed with Lavanya. I gonna create one record producer, and I will create one variable, 2 variable sets in that. We're gonna use the same for the other catalog items. But later today, I will show you something to you, Kyle.
Okay. I want to be sure you got it.
Can we discuss the stakeholder thing too while we get her right here? Do you want to share your screen? Can you share your screen?
I can share my screen. I was kind of like getting to that point. So.
Okay, no problem. I didn't want everybody to hang up and leave.
No, and here we've got. I haven't printed it. I haven't submitted it or anything like that at this point. But we have a story to add the assignment group, and it's in as required. And I don't think that this is going to play into the message. But let's just say this came in from the portal, and it gets submitted, and we're okay. So we come in. If I come in as a demand manager and I'm looking at this and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't mine, and I change this group.
Hey, Kyle, I'm not seeing it. Is anybody else seeing it? If you're sharing.
Okay, fine. We can continue with our discussion.
Now I can see it.
Okay, so this is the submitted one. I can go back to the.
Why we need the users? For example, any platform, login into the instance, we need to register into the platform. For example, if you are using a Facebook, first of all, what do you have to do? You need to register. If you are using the Instagram, what do you have to do? You need to register and you need to application. You need to use the application. Like the same.
They may come back and say, I don't like it. Okay? Just letting everybody know. You know, they come back and say they don't want this message popping up if they're going to transfer.
But Kyle, this is what we are doing it. If we are not using the abort action true in the business rule, that will be the loop will run multiple times. That was the reason.
I suspect that they're going to come back.
This conference will now be recorded.
Thank you.
I thought you were supposed to be the translator between the business world and the tech world.
This world, what I showed you, the tech world is completely different.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll hop off and everybody have a good day, and Dirk and Kyle will see you on the next call.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, fine. Sorry for the delay. We are on track again. We are back. So our today's concept is users, groups, and roles, and what is the use of users, and what is the use of groups, and what is the use of roles in ServiceNow. So basically, if you see that every platform we're gonna use and we're gonna register with the users. For example, we have a Facebook. So if you want to use the Facebook application, we need to register with your email. Like the same, if you want to use something else, Instagram, you need to register with something. Okay, like the same ServiceNow platform, it's a cloud-based. Like you just need a internet and you just need a Google. Like how we are using the Gmail, like the same we are using the ServiceNow. So everyone want to access a ServiceNow. For example, if you are working in one organization, you are the ServiceNow developer, so they will use 3 kinds of instances in general. What they will is dev instance, test instance, test or QA instance, or they are using production instance. So since we are the developers, so the instance will be, for example, like if you are working for the company called Virtusa, the dev instance will be, if you say in our personal instance, we just need like dev 80718. This is our PDA, personal dev instance. But coming to the organizations, they will have like Virtusa dev dot service-no.com. If it is the QA, Virtusa test dot service-no.com. If it is the production, Virtusa dot service-no.com. Okay. So if it is the development instance, it could contain the dev. If it is the test instance or QA instance, the instance should contains with the organization name, and that contains either test or Q. If it is the production, the organization name dot service-no.com. So whenever you are doing the development, we will do in the developer instance. Once the development is completed, we will move to the QA. Once it is completed, the QA, everything is working fine. Based on the approvals, the entire code will move to the production. So basically, how we will move the code, and we'll see that later. But for now, we will see when you are working with the developer instance, you could create a user and developer instance. Now, if you see, this is the 80718. This is something like, I can say this is my personal instance. So imagine we are working in one organization. As a ServiceNow developer. Okay. So that organization called, we can say 7 console. 7 console. So if it is the developer instance, like we can say 7 console dev dot service-no.com. So there are 5 users are working on this instance. They are working as a ServiceNow developers. So we need to create 5 user IDs in this instance. You just imagine this is my development instance. I want to create users to access this instance. So there are the developers like attendee 1, attendee 2, attendee 3, attendee 4, attendee 5. These are 5 people. They are working in this ServiceNow instance. They are working for 7 console company. So they joined in the organization. They started working in the project. So someone has to create user IDs for them in ServiceNow. So how they will create is very simple. Just click users here and give some space. You will get the system security application menu. Under that we have a users module. Under that we have a groups module. Under that we have a roles module. So once you click on the users module, you will get the list of users from user table. I told you, whenever you are working with scripting, we have to use backend names of the tables, backend name of the fields. The backend name of the user table is sys_user. The backend name of the user table is sys_user. Remember, someone is asking the backend name of the user table is backend name is nothing but database name. sys_user. This question will come in the admin exam also. Okay. So when you click on this module, you will get a list of users from the user table. So attendee 1 is joined in my organization. So I want to give access to attendee user. So I want to create one user in attendee user. Okay. So click on new. Once you click on new, you can see in the user form, user ID, first name, last name, title, department, password, password needs reset, logged out, active, email, language, and other fields. Whenever you are implementing something in ServiceNow, you should know each and every field use. Should know each and every field use. That user ID is used to logging into the ServiceNow. When you create a ServiceNow instance here, they are saying their username is admin. Like the same, I want to create some login credentials for the attendee 1. This is the user ID they want to use for logging into this instance. So I can say here the user ID is attendee_1. First name is first name of the user. So attendee, last name ServiceNow, the title attendee developer. This one we called as a suggestion. We'll see that later. What is the suggestion? When you are entering something, it will give you the suggestion. Department IT. The password, I'm gonna give them capital TEST @123. So their user ID is attendee_1. The password is test@123. Password needs to reset. When you make that password needs to reset is true. When you make that password needs reset is true. When you log in into the instance, it will ask you to change the password. And the email you can give something else like attendee@7conserve.com. Language is English. And you can give some kind of any specific phone number +91 9154793333 and save it. Once you save it, it is saying primary email device is created for the attendee ServiceNow. So you have created user. Is he able to log in into the instance or not? You need to check. How you will test that? ServiceNow is given one beautiful functionality for us. Impersonate user. Using that impersonate user, this user is able to access the ServiceNow or not. We can check it. Now we can able to log in into the ServiceNow instance. So that user ID is created. So I will give this user ID credentials to the attendee ServiceNow. I will say, hey man, I have created the credentials for you. Please log in into the instance. For that, I will use incognito mode to log into this instance with their credentials. Control+C. We made it as a password needs to reset is true. Whenever this user is logging into this instance first time, he has to change the password. So attendee 1, Control+C. I given the password capital TEST @123. Login. See, it is asking system administrator requires you to change your password. Why? Because I made it as a password needs to reset is true. So the current password is I given capital T EST @ 1 2 3. The new password I am giving capital A D MIN @ 1 2 3. Again I need to confirm it. Capital A D MIN @ 1 2 3 and submit it. Once you submit it, is logging into the instance. But when you logging into the instance, if you see the user menu, only profile and logout is there. But coming here, if I see my account, I can see there is a profile, impersonate user, elevate role, and logout. What is the difference? Why I can see all these options for myself? Why attendee one is able to see only profile and logout? Why? Because ServiceNow is managing instance using roles. ServiceNow is managing instance only using roles. The people who is having the admin role, they can able to do anything in ServiceNow other than accessing security admin role functionality. The people who is having the ITIL role, they can able to update incident or problem or change. They can able to create, but they cannot delete. But they cannot delete. There is another role, ITIL admin. These people can create, update, delete. These people can update, create, delete. So what I'm trying to say here is, based on the roles, users can able to access the modules and applications in ServiceNow. Based on the roles, people can able to access the ServiceNow modules and application menus. Application menus. So since I am the admin, I can able to access everything. Since we don't have any access, any roles, so that is not able to access all the functionalities. He is not able to access nothing. So we're gonna provide one role to him. Just like ITIL role, you can give to him. So how we can give that role to the user? Now we are learning how to provide role to the user. How to provide role to the user. How we can do it? Go to the users module, open the user ID which you have created, or open the user ID which you want to give role to him. Now I want to provide role to attendee one, so that I'm opening attendee one user. Okay, so this guy is able to looking into this record so that he can see attendee service now here. See, he is looking into this record. The people who are all looking into the records, we can see their name here. So I want to provide the role. So in the related list, go to the roles and click on edit. I want to provide ITIL role to this attendee one. Save. When I add one role to this user attendee one, you can able to grab all these things. Yes, an incident, blah 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 blah. If I type incidents here now, is not able to see. Once you provide the role, you just want to say them. Please log out from the instance. Again, logging into the instance, the role will reflect to the user. Log. Before that, when you type the incident, is not able to see the incident. But if you type the incident, you can see the incident application menu, create new module, assign to new module, and the other modules. If you type the problem, you can see that problem and all. And now you can see the impersonate user and elevated roles also. Why? Because you have provided ITL role to the user. Oh, I'm really sorry. I need to log into this guy, attendee one. So attendee one, can you go here? Get this guy, Control C, capital A, DMIN at the rate 123 I have given. Log. You should see only profile and logout, but you can able to access the incidents. See, you can able to access the incident. Previously, he was not able to access the incident application menu, create new module and all, but now he can able to create an incident. Why? Because we have provided the ITL admin role. So if we open the existing incident, you don't have a capability to delete this incident. Why? Because he's not admin, ITL admin, just the ITL role. Now I'm gonna provide to this user ITL admin also. So go here, edit it. ITIL admin. Now just save it. Go to the other instance. Log out. Capital A, GMIN at the rate 123. And now is having that ITL admin. Now we'll open the existing incident. We'll see is he able to delete the incident or not. That's pretty awesome. You can able to delete the incident. Why? Because I just provided ITIL admin role. Now my client is asking, attendee ServiceNow is going to work on the development. Kindly provide admin role to him so that he can start doing the development. Since I have a ITIL admin role, when I try to access the users, groups, roles, I was not able to do it. Just remember, guys, when you want to create users, when you want to create a groups, when you want to create a roles, definitely you should be the part of admin. Now, I'm gonna provide admin role to my attendee service now. Just go back and edit it. Make it admin. Save it. Update it. Go back here. Since we did not logged out, we are not able to access the users, but whenever you are providing the role, just ask them to log out from the instance and log in again. So here the username is attendee1 capital A DMIN @ 1 2 3 log in. Now you can able to see the impersonate user is the admin, and when you say users here, see you can able to access the users, groups, roles. Why? Because he is the admin. This is what creating a user and adding role to the user. This is what creating a user and adding role to the user. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? Doubts are appreciated here. Any doubts? Please, please, please. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, then I will continue. Okay. Now we know how to create a user and how to add role to the user. Now we are going to learn how to create a group. Very, very simple. You just go to the instance again, type users and some space. You will get the groups module under the system security application menu. Click on that groups. Just click on the new. By the way, why we need a group? Why we need a group? Any idea? Why we need a group? Any idea why we need a group? Why we need a WhatsApp group? Why we need a Facebook group? Why we need that? No answer.
To communicate.
Yes, of course, to communicate with whom?
To give the updates
Updates for what?
regarding the issues.
Group is, yeah, quite bit it's good answer. Group is used to share common information to the team. Group is used to share common information to the team. Group is used to share common information to the team. For example, you people are 10 members. So I'm putting one message which is used to share everyone. Everyone is able to log in into my meeting. That's what we are using the group. Like the same in ServiceNow. For example, there are multiple teams. There is the Windows team and there is the Linux team. There are developer team for India. And there is another developer team like in US. Whenever that some incidents or something is created, we need to inform these teams so that we will create a groups. How to create a group? We just need to click on that groups module. It will open list of records from the group and click on new. By the way, the backend name for the group table is sys_user_group. Remember, it's very important. It will ask you in admin exam. It will ask you in admin exam. We will put that here. Group backend name sys_user_group. Okay. Now we're gonna create one group here. And when you create a group, you can see some of the fields here: name, manager, description, group email, and parent. The name is name of the group, and the manager is group manager, and description is why we are creating this group and what is the purpose of this group. And group email, which is used to send an email to the people who are in this group. So I am going to create a group called USA ServiceNow developers. USA ServiceNow developer. The manager is something like, I can give myself Murli Krishna. The group email is usadev@7console.com. And here the description is, this group will manage ServiceNow developers in USA. Whenever you are creating a new record, the best practice which is used to open a record, first save it. Don't submit it directly. What is the difference between the save and submit? When you submit the record, it will go to the list view. When you save the record, it will stay on the form. It will stay on the form. If you see here, I just saved the record. It will stay on my form. When I submit the record, it will go to the list view. So we have created one group, and you have created a group, but without adding the users. So what is the use of group? There is no use, right? So we need to add group members to this group. Make sure that how we can give. We need to edit it, and we need to add it. Before that, I want to create one more user. There is another person is joined into my organization. That guy is attended to. So I want to create another user for attended to. How I can do it? It's too easy. Just go to the users module and create new. Give the user ID here. Attendee underscore 2. The password is attendee ServiceNow. The title is attendee 2 developer and IT, and the password is capital A DMIN@123. Save it. See, I'm not going to make that password needs reset is true. Whatever the password I am giving to this attendee user, he has to use the same password. So save it. Now I'll try to log in with that. This guy is able to access the ServiceNow or not. This is the one of the example for the impersonate user. Someone is asking you what is the use of impersonate user. When you create a user in ServiceNow, that user is able to access the ServiceNow or not. By using the impersonate user, we can test that functionality using that impersonate user. Now we can able to access the ServiceNow. That's fine. And impersonation. And I'm gonna use the same. I will try to log in here, and I will log out from here. Oh God, what happened to this? I will log out from here. Say like attended to capital A DMIN@123. I given this password. When I try to log in, it will not ask the password. Why? Because we did not made any changes, or we did not make password reset is true. So he can able to log in into the ServiceNow, but he don't have any roles. He is not able to access anything here. Even he did not able to access the incident also. Okay. We'll see that later, but there are two users. I'm just going to add these two users in this my group. What is the group I just created? How can I access it? Users, groups, the one I have created. So if you get the latest records here, you just need to click on updated. So once you click on updated, the latest record, whatever you created, you will get it here. And open that and add group members here, like edit it. You can add attendee 1 and attendee 2. Attendee ServiceNow, this is the guy 1, this is the guy 2, and save it. There are two users added in. To this group. But you have created a group. Without adding role to the group, what is the use of creating this group? There is no use. So that we need to provide role to this user. And here we'll talk about some best practice. The best practice is adding role to group is best practice than adding role to user. So in admin exam, they will ask you the question, which is the best practice? Choose the options. 4 they will give. Adding role to group, adding role to user, or some other options. what you have to do is adding role to group is the best practice than adding role to user. Remember this point. So that the best practice is adding role to group is the best practice. Now I want to add admin role to this group. And save it. Now both the users having the admin role. Okay. And you are missing something here. What is the parent group here? So again, I want to create one more group called India ServiceNow developers. And the manager is again, it's me, Krishna. The group email you can give like inddev@7conso.com. But here the parent group is we're gonna give USA ServiceNow developers, and this group will manage India ServiceNow developers and save. Whenever you are creating a group from the parent role will come into the child group, but the group members will not come into the child group. But the parent role will acquire to the child group. Okay. So this is what creating a group. This is what adding a group members to the group. And if you open this, we already know, right? This is the form and the roles, group members, groups, related list. Okay. What is the use of related list? Is someone is asking what is the use of related list? Which is used to make the relationship between the two tables. Which is used to make the relationship between the two tables. Okay, we'll talk about the in-depth later. And the next is how to create a role. It's very simple. Just go to the roles, click on roles, but remember the backend value of the roles table is sys_user_role. 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 Okay. How you can create it? Just click on new and give the name of the role like US_ind_developer. And the subscription is like some of the roles we need to pay some charges to the ServiceNow, so that if a subscription is required, you can say yes, otherwise no, don't specify it. You can give brief introduction about the roles. Okay, like this role will manage us like admin team. And the elevated is like we already know some of the functionalities in ServiceNow. The more secured things are required, the more secured permissions are required, so that we will use the elevated privileges, which is like, for example, when you are working with the ACLs, you need to elevate this elevated role. So those kind of functionalities, if you need to make this elevated role, elevated privilege is true. And again here, elevated privilege is a session, remember. Elevated privilege is a session. It will ask in the admin exam. And just save it. Once you save it, without having the role, what is the use of this role? So we need to give contain role. This role contains the admin role. And here what I am trying to say, again, there is an admin bit here, like admin question here. One role can contain many roles. Many roles. There is like one-to-many relationship. We'll talk about this relationship later. It's what creating a role, so that instead of giving the admin role, you can give this role. That would be fine. And I want to mention one point. ServiceNow is charging for the ITIL roles $120 per month. These things are not required for you people, but for understanding, I can say ITIL role. ServiceNow is charging $120 for the organizations, not from us. If you are working in some console company, so they are using the ServiceNow. For example, there are 50 ITIL users are working on the ServiceNow. They have to pay 50 licenses. Each user license is $120. This is what creating a group user role. And what is this related list? Like applications with roles, modules with roles, subscription attributes, custom tables, subscription, subscribed users. These are like when you are creating a table, one role will create. When you are creating a module, if you are giving this role to that module, those modules will appear here. We'll see that later. Don't get confused. This is what creating a user role group. Any doubt? Any doubts? Any doubts? Oh, there are two questions.
Yeah, I had a doubt from my end.
Yeah, tell me.
Could there be a possibility to clone the users instead of creating the multiples? Can we clone different users from a single one?
From where? Yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that. If it is the same information, you can do that. You just need to go to the users. Oh, good question. So there was a one user, but users don't have a same information, right? For example, like this is for attendee 2. Attendee 2 username is different, and attendee 2 first name is different, last name is different, title is different, department is, if it is different, same, that would be fine. The email ID is different, so we could not do that, but you can clone it. You just need to, like, when you right click on the header, there is a insert and stay. It can be clone, it can be duplicate, but there is one error is coming here. The attended to in the user table, they have specified user ID should be unique for the each user. Because of that reason, we are not able to do this. Okay.
Yeah, on the roles part, the roles would get cloned once we make a duplicate of this, and I would provide a unique user ID every time when I used to clone it.
Yes, you are right. I agree with you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You can do it. For example, I have created some star ENT. If I try to clone, not the clone, I just need to duplicate it. Even the roles is also not possible, but records it is possible. I will open on incident. I will try to make a duplicate. Nothing but your perception. It's a, there is no insert and step, but we can do it for the group. We can do it for the group. I'm sure I know it. We can do it for the group, I think. Oh God, why it is doing like that? What we can do is not, you can do the insert also. What we will do, just give me a second, I will show you something here for the duplicate. But the use is like by using insert and stay option, we can insert a record, you can stay on the form, like it will create a duplicates. But for the insert, it will insert it. It will not stay on the form. So those are the different, it can see, it can copy the current record with any of modification values. It is like it can create a copy of the current record with any of modified values and redirect it to the new record. This one, for your question, answer is this one, we can able to do it, but because of some of the rules for the user roles and user groups and roles, we are not able to do it. For some other things, we can do it. That option is there. I will show you later. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Any other doubts? Doubts.
What would be the abbreviation for ITIL?
ITIL, Information Technology Infrastructure Library. Information Technology Infrastructure Library. We just Google it. What is ITIL full form? We have a Google. Information Technology Infrastructure Library. What is ITIL? Yeah, yes. Information Technology Infrastructure Library. Any other doubts? Doubts are very important for us to crack the interviews. Okay, for people doing same thing on the same level, Bio, can you explore your doubt, please? Is there any team we required a group? What do you mean that, Shabarish? Oh, is there any team we require a group? Yes, there are multiple groups are required for multiple team members. Based on the requirement, we can create a groups. And coming to the Bio, for people doing the same thing on the same level, I did not get your question, Bio. Can you explore it?
No, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, that was a response when you asked the question earlier, why we create groups. That was my response to the question earlier.
Oh, okay. Groups which is used to share the common information to the users. That's it. I'm gonna send you the material tomorrow. You people can go through that also. Like tomorrow we don't have a class. Do the practice and read the material and come up with more questions. Practice is very important. If you are coming to the class, if you are attending the class, if you are not doing practice, that's a waste of time. Not waste of money, waste of your time. Remember, you can earn money anywhere, but you cannot get the time. Got it? Any doubt?
Yeah. When do we get the materials?
Maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna send you one document.